Good morning, everyone. We continue here in the words of the Horowitz, NIDCHEI YISRAEL, speaking about the person who does tzedakah. They donate to the shul, they donate in Aron Kodesh, they give silver crowns and the like to the Sefer Torah, but they do not do mitzvahs. Other mitzvahs, tefillin, kashrus, Shabbos, Yom Tiv, they're lacking in those other areas, says the Horowitz. What kind of a pleasure does HaKadosh Baruch Hu have from somebody who gives money for tzedakah and the like, but doesn't do the most important things, the 612 other mitzvahs that there are in the Torah? The rak b'shmiras chukei HaTorah NIDCHEI YISRAEL liyos l'am Hashem. It's only through the guarding of the Torah and the mitzvahs that the Jewish people are niskadesh, that we become sanctified to be Hashem's nation. In the beginning of the Maimer HaSinai, receiving the Torah, we all answer with one voice emphatically. Whatever Hashem says, Nase, we will do, v'nishma, we'll hear. Which means that Klal Yisrael understood the main part of the Torah is the keeping of all of the mitzvahs. So too, when HaKadosh Baruch Hu made a covenant between our nation and Himself in Arvos Mayav, Gam Ken HaYabayfins, that was the same idea. Like it says, Hanistas La Hashem Elokeinu, the hidden things, the sins, they are for Hashem. Vaniglois, and those things that are revealed, the revealed sins, Lanu ulevaninu, for us and our children forever. Ad oilam, last say says Kol divrei HaTorah Azos, that we should perform all the mitzvahs, meaning we have to make sure that whatever it is that we're doing, even if we make mistakes, the main thrust in our life is to do the mitzvahs. Min adin, and the truth is, according to halacha, according to Jewish law, Im Yisrael nisnachru ma'asav v'nishma shamayim. If a Jew would estrange himself from his Father in heaven based on his actions, Kegoin, for example, Shechilel Shabbos befarhesya, he desecrates the Shabbos publicly, gets in a car, he talks on his phone as he's walking down the street, you see him smoking a cigarette or his vape, whatever the story might be. Pasalhu li'echol korban Pesach, he's invalidated from eating the korban Pesach, like any other non-Jew. K'dichsiv, like it says, Kol ben neicher lo yoichel by any ben neicher, which means really any non-Jew is not allowed to eat from the korban Pesach. The hu koilel yisoshin is not remaisav, says the Horowitz. Not only is it a ben neicher, meaning a non-Jew, it means anyone that's nisnakru, that estranges their actions, makes their actions not in line with Judaism to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, they also cannot eat. V'chein b'Yecheskel ksiv, it says in Yecheskel Hanavi, Kol ben neicha erol leiv ve'erol basa lo yavo'u el migdashi. Any ben neicha, any non-Jew, anyone that has an uncircumcised heart and their uncircumcised flesh, they are not allowed to come to my Beis HaMikdash. L'shar seini, to serve me. Hashem says I can't have them inside the Beis HaMikdash, the holiest of places. Or Persha Razal, Chazal explained, the erol leiv, what does it mean, the uncircumcised heart? Hainu, mishin is nakru ma'asav l'ovi v'shmayim. That's talking about a person who estranged their actions to the Rabbi Shalom. Va'adam ha'mafkir b'shat nefesh mitzvah Torah, somebody who is contemptuous in the way that he pushes off the mitzvahs of the Torah. Tzarechli is biting, he has to think, Ma ya'ane l'yoyim adin, what are you going to answer on the day of judgment? K'shivkideu Hashem yizbarach al kol ma'asim, when Hashem is going to judge you on every single act that a person does. V'echam en lo neder, not a single action, mitzvah, avera, mistake that we made is going to be forgotten from the Rebbeinu Shalom. Like it says, Ki es kol ma'aseh elokim yovim b'mishpat. It says in Koheles, every act that a person does will be brought, HaKadosh Baruch Hu will bring in judgment. Now a person should be trembling with fear and hide his face in shame when he thinks about what Hashem is going to do. So good, Baruch Hashem, you gave a nice amount of tzedakah. That's wonderful, says the Horowitz. But what about Shabbos? What about brachos? What about davening? What about tefillin? What about Yom Tiv? What about ribis? What about making laws? What about all the different things that the Horowitz speaks about that a person should do? What about that? What about what the Torah says it wants from us? If a person leaves out the majority of the Torah, so then this Nakru Maisav, they become like a stranger in the eyes of Hashem. They can't bring a Korban Pesach. They can't come to the base of Mikdash and serve HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and they're not going to find favor, even with all the tzedakah they give. Rahman al-Zan, they will not find the true favor in the eyes of Hashem that they desire and are looking for. May we be Zoiche im Yetz Hashem to recognize how precious it is to be a member of Klal Yisrael. The Torah and the mitzvahs are what make us into Yidden and keep them and perform them in the proper way. All the best.